Hello, I know this is way different from every video I've ever made, but one day I woke up and I thought it would be a good idea to start a new series here on the channel, or the only series here on the channel since I don't really have any other series. But this series is gonna be like a commentary style, me just telling you stories from my life. Now, I haven't really been on this corporeal dimension for many years, but for the years I have been, I got a few stories to share. Now, today's story is how big of an asshole me, or just kids in general, can be. So, let me just start. Back in the day, okay, this was like 10 years ago maybe. Like, I know it isn't that much for many of you, but for me, it's more than half my fucking age. But we would go to our grandparents' house maybe like once every break. If we had like a winter break or a summer break, mostly in the summer, we would go like maybe once or twice at our grandparents' house. And our grandparents had a big ass house. Like, they had a big yard with two houses in it, one big house and then one smaller house. And all my aunts and uncles, we would just all go there and just have a good fucking time. We would be like 16 children, and all these, like, this many children. There were no phones back then. We had no fucking phones. We had no technology. But there were phones, like, in general, but we as kids, we didn't have any, because it wasn't like cool back then for kids to have phones. So we would just have one computer and we would fight on whoever wanted to fucking use it, which wasn't very ideal. Like 16 kids just fighting, absolute war breakout, just to use the fucking PC. So it wasn't very ideal. Or occasionally my brother would bring our PS2, and we would again take to war because 16 people are way too many for one fucking PS2. So I guess the better idea was to go outside and play, which is what we always did. This was around the time that my uncle's son was getting old enough to play with us. Like, he wasn't a toddler anymore. He was going to that kid's stage, so he was getting old enough to play with us. Still, he was the youngest in the group, and you know, being the youngest, how it is with kids, you're fucked. Basically, you're absolutely just fucked. And so him being the youngest and us being just heartless monsters, we decided that it would be a good idea to play hide and seek. It wasn't completely dark yet. It was like sun setting. Maybe the sun was a little bit more than just setting. It wasn't dark. We would usually play hide and seek in the dark, but it wasn't dark because he was younger and we didn't really want to screw that over. So we closed our eyes. It's like, how hide and seek goes. So it was his turn to close his eyes. He found like 16 people. It's probably not that hard to find one person. So he did eventually find a single soul, and this monster would just go to him and be like, "Ayo, I know where AirDren is. Go to the house in the back, he's right there. You will find him." So he would be like, "Oh, alright." So he would go to the house in back. Spoiler alert, I wasn't there where the person said I was. I was somewhere completely different, and I would just be like, I would go to him and be poo, and like do his tag thing or whatever. I don't know if you played this version of hide and seek. Like, we were in turns. So if everybody just went up to the place where he closed his eyes, the seeker, and spit there for some odd reason, then the seeker would have to close his eyes again. Or if the last person did it, I don't know, it's very confusing. This is the way we played hide and seek, but that's not the point of the story. So I went over, I spat on the wall. He came back, he was like, "But what, she told me that you were in the back of the house. How the fuck did you get there?" And I was like, "Oh, yeah, I was there. Just when I saw you coming to check on me, so I hopped over the wall." Yes, there was all these walls. They weren't hard to hop over. So it wasn't like out of the fucking ordinary for me to hop over walls into the neighbor's yard. So I said, like, I hopped over the wall to a neighbor's yard. I came back around, and I got in the yard. Now, and I ended up here. So he was like, all right. So I'm pretty sure, like, the rest of the people, because I was not being quiet. The rest of the people, they heard my bullshit fucking story, and seeing how my uncle's son actually believed it. They were like, alright, I see potential. And potential, they fucking used it. So pretty much like everybody did this. And my dumbass uncle's son would believe every single case. And like, I'm pretty sure he closed his eyes. He was the seeker 10 times in a row. And like, I don't know if it's just a stereotype or it's actually true that kids can't get angry, because my motherfucker was not getting angry. He was as calm as could be. He was just, I guess, getting slightly upset that he had to close his eyes so many times. But you know, he did. We did this for like a lot, like maybe like 10 times, until it was dark out and we couldn't play anymore. Like, I feel so bad for him now, because like, we were just fucking assholes. But back then it was the funniest fucking thing. Honestly, it still is kind of funny, but you know, it's bad. It's like it's funny, but it's bad. You know, you shouldn't laugh at it, but you laugh at it, you know. So this happened. It was all fine and Humpty Dumpty in the end, and we were all having a great time and a great laugh. Alright, so I really don't know how to end these videos. I guess that's the story. If you want more, let me know. You know, let me know what kind of stories you want. And I hope you guys enjoyed. I have no idea how to end. I guess bye.